Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and welcome in to one of the more depressing post-game shows you guys will watch in Vikings Now history. As you guys are seeing this on New Year's Day, and I'm recording this right after the Vikings got their ass handed to them by the Green Bay Packers with a final score of 33-10. I'm not gonna lie, the Vikings completely disappointed me in this game tonight. Jordan Love just went right up and down the field against Brian Flores and this defense. He went 24-33, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and he just dominated Brian Flores and his defense. I mean, the Packers had the run game going as well. Aaron Jones was able to do his thing on the ground, going for 20 carries, 121 yards. And then Jaden Reed. I love Jaden Reed coming out of the draft. 6 receptions, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. But then on the Viking side of things, what was so disappointing is Nick Mullins. You guys are seeing Nick Mullins' stats right now. He didn't even start the football game for the Vikings. He went 13-22, 113 yards, and 1 touchdown. And, it kind of gets me back to this point. I don't want to sound like, I'm blaming injuries for the Vikings season because, listen, I'm not. I understand there's a lot of other things that went wrong for the Vikings this year. But the number one reason why the Vikings are a bad football team this year, and I'll continuously go back to this point, is because of the Kirk Cousins injury. Obviously, Brian Flores got, gashed tonight. He had the Packers offense go up and down the field, damn near put up 33 points on them, and, they didn't look good at all. But the main reason why the Vikings, I feel like, lost this game and pretty much lost the season is because Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles. And I continuously think back to this play when it was 3rd down. The Vikings just had a big-time turnover in Lambeau. Kirk Cousins takes a snap, drops back, hits Jordan Addison right up the seam for the touchdown, and the Vikings go up 24-3, and they're kicking the shit out of the Packers. And I remember sitting here right in this same studio, right in this same spot, and I remember saying the Vikings can win the Super Bowl. What happened moments later? He tore his Achilles, and he was out for the year. It's absolutely depressing stuff, man. Just absolutely depressing stuff. But, from the game today, I mean, this really wasn't a game from quarter one. The Vikings just, this was an old-fashioned ass-whooping that the Packers delivered Minnesota tonight. And, I want to blame one side of the football compared to the other, but I really can't. It was both sides of football that just got absolutely dominated. And the thing that bothered me the most, and I'll put it on screen right now, is, this. Justin Jefferson. 5 receptions, 59 yards. That should say a Vikings logo. That's on me. But 5 receptions, 59 yards for Justin Jefferson in this game just isn't good enough. And, the Vikings or the Packers were without Jair Alexander, Eric Stokes, their top 2 corners, and the Vikings were able to get no pass game at all in this game. And a lot of people in the chat are saying, fire Kevin O'Connell, fire Kevin O'Connell. Like, Kevin O'Connell should be fired. I understand where you're coming from. I am frustrated as well, but you got to think about what he is working with. From what I've seen from Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins, to Jaren Hall, it's 3 of the worst starting quarterback performances I have seen in the National Football League over the past couple of seasons. They turn the ball over like crazy. And I understand, Kevin O'Connell, he's got a lot of long developing plays. He's got a lot of long developing plays where, you need time in the pocket. You need your quarterback to be incredibly decisive. 3 backups to the Vikings just frankly aren't that. And, they got their ass handed to them this entire game. Offense wasn't able to get anything going. There's been no run game today as well. And the Packers have the 30th ranked rushing defense heading into tonight's game. And the Vikings were able to do nothing. Absolutely nothing against the Packers rush defense. So, I understand. You guys want to fire Kevin O'Connell. You guys can let me know your thoughts down below. If they should let Kevin O'Connell go, give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no down in the comment section. I'm probably giving my N for no's. I still think Kevin O'Connell is a good head coach, but then again, you have your ass kickings like this, and it just really makes it hard. But I think that's going to be a conversation on Vikings Twitter, Vikings media. Should they let go of Kevin O'Connell? I am saying no for right now, but I'll tell you what, his seat is definitely getting hot next season because they kind of caught lightning in a bottle last year, and they weren't able to replicate it this year. But should the Vikings fire Kevin O'Connell? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. While you guys are answering that, I would really appreciate it if you guys do hit that subscribe button. We're closing in on 22K here on the channel. So if you guys could hit that sub button, I would really appreciate it. It really goes a long way here at Chat Sports. So if you guys could hit that sub button, if you guys haven't already, we're going to keep you updated with all the latest Vikings news and rumors. We'll get into more stats around the game here in a second, but I do want to give a huge shout out to Prize Picks, today's sponsor of today's edition of Vikings Now. If you guys have this prizepicks.com/CLNS and use promo code CLNS, I'm going to give you a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, they make the boring games even a little more entertaining. So shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's post-game show. I love using Prize Picks anytime I'm watching a game, whether it's the NBA, college basketball, college football, whatever it may be. I am using Prize Picks, and you guys should too. prizepicks.com/CLNS. I'll put that link for you guys in the comment section and the description of today's show. Make sure you guys do get hooked up today. But let's talk about Jaren Hall for a second. Jaren Hall was terrible today. Just call a spade a spade. Jaren Hall was awful. He just got cooked this entire game. He really had no ball control whatsoever. And, if you're watching him compared to this guy, Jordan Love, Vikings fans, I hate to break it to you. As we're actually watching this live, as Andrew Booth Jr. and Aaron Jones looked like to get in a fight after the game. That is just soft shit out of the Vikings. As I must say, you just got your ass kicked by 23 points, and you're trying to scrap up other players on the field after the game. That's just embarrassing out of Andrew Booth. That's just embarrassing out of Andrew Booth, frankly, considering this is what their opposing quarterback did to you. But anyways, let's carry on. Jordan Love absolutely cooked the Vikings. Jaren Hall was bad. He was bad the whole night and just really couldn't get anything going for this Vikings offense. Turnovers continue to be the issue for the Vikings this whole year. The Vikings have I think it's a less than 20% win percentage under Kevin O'Connell when they lose the turnover battle. But on the other side of things, the Vikings are undefeated when they win the turnover battle under Kevin O'Connell. But when you're playing quarterbacks like Nick Mullins and Jaren Hall, here's the thing. You're probably going to lose that turnover battle. And this guy was fantastic. I hate saying it, but he was fantastic. 24-33, 256 yards for Jordan Love. Absolutely dicing up the Vikings defense all night long. And I got to give credit, where it's due. And, it really pains me to say this, but I do think the Packers have a franchise quarterback in Jordan Love. And he found Jaden Reed a ton tonight. Another first-round pick for the Packers that ended up working out. But kind of my thoughts on the whole game as a whole as we wrap this post-game show up. I do believe you can't fire Kevin O'Connell heading into next year. And my number one takeaway, and I want to make this very clear, my number one takeaway from this game heading into the next season, Kirk Cousins is quarterback one. You got to bring Kirk back. He was freaking shirtless blowing the gal horn earlier today. It was awesome. I'm bringing back Kirk Cousins, and you guys should be too. Type those 8s in the comment section. Show him some love, because I'll tell you what, if you go the rookie quarterback route and it doesn't work out, number 18, the jersey I'm wearing right now, might be leaving. But it's kind of my thoughts. I'm keeping Kevin O'Connell. I'm keeping Kirk Cousins. Make sure you guys are subscribed, though, to the channel. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching our post-game show. See you guys next time. Let's go Vikes.